We are live. This is the NBA Rundown. I'm your host, Astaire. I'm joined today by Tyler Hicks. We're on the Nuke the House channel. Tyler, we had a little break. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you can see that I'm enjoying the break. And I decided, you know what? I'm pretty confident about our plays tonight. We've had some time to go over these games, think about them like an NFL slate. So I decided I got to come up to Reno. I got to get some straight cash rather than just Bitcoin for all these winners that we're going to give out. But Tyler, how did you enjoy the All-Star break?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, Brad. I didn't watch a single thing from the actual All-Star break because All-Star Weekend's just not fun to watch anymore. Watched the UFC pay-per-view on Saturday. That was a good watch. Found some show on Paramount Plus called Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone that's only one season long. That entertained me for about a day. Other than that, it was just sleep and work. So it's finally nice to get back to some basketball. I think we should talk some futures, though, before we get into the games tonight. What do you think about that? I mean,
sure, let's dive right in.
It's not the halfway point, but it could be that point where you get the chance to get on some futures again. I think we can get on some nice numbers here. Where do you want to start?
Yeah, what do you got?
Finals?
Yeah.
I mean, we already got the Clippers. When did we get the Clippers? We got them at 12-1.
Yep.
So we have the Clippers at 12-1. They're all the way down to 5-1. So that's nice to see. Any of these teams back behind 20-1 that you'd be interested in? Knicks, Timberwolves, Cavs, Dallas at 36-1, Oklahoma City 25, Philly at 30-1 still interests me if Embiid's going to come back.
I know, seeing as I got them at 13-1 before. Of all those you mentioned, Tyler, the only one I'm interested in is Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas interests me.
Because they have a top three player, and I like the additions they made at the deadline to make their team defensively better. Concerns there, of course, still a little bit of depth issues. And I don't know if the coaching, right? I think Jason Kidd's done a good job, but we've seen with like the Celtics, right? Like you could be a great regular season coach, and I don't know if that's going to help in the playoffs. But at that number, I think you got to be interested in Dallas.
Yeah, for sure. I got one that I know you're going to hate, but I don't think they can win it, but great hedge opportunities. The Lakers, 50-1. You're telling me they can't make noise throughout the Western Conference and you can get the hedge at 50-1 at some point?
I'm surprised that price is so high because that team's so popular.
Yeah. AD's playing better than he was last year. They could easily do it again.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue against 50.
Would you rather play them at 50-1 or the Warriors?
Because first of all, they're going to get every call.
Yeah.
Like the NBA wants them to advance. So, I mean, you have that in your pocket.
And them and the Lakers and the Warriors are the same price. They're both 50-1. I'd rather bet the Lakers.
I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of want to sprinkle on the Cavs at 25-1. I'm starting to like the Cavs more than the Knicks. Everyone had that like PTSD moment where it's like, oh, the Knicks beat up on the Cavs in the playoffs.
The thing is, the Knicks match up so well against the Cavs if they were to face off.
I feel like it's just a better chance for the Cavs. A lot of that was those first guys' playoff opportunity. A lot of those guys didn't freeze in the moment, but they didn't play well. I think you get a better Cavs team this year. If they match up again, I might take the Cavs again. Could be getting right in front of a train again, but I think they can make some moves.
Yeah, I remember we liked the Cavs last year. That wasn't a good call.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, looking
at the Eastern Conference, it's like, I'd say Boston's 1. Mm-hmm. I'm not putting Milwaukee at 2. So
I'm fine with that. They have no defensive identity.
Is it Cleveland or New York at 2?
I got to go New York just because the way they match up if they go head to head.
Yeah, it's going to be very close, but I think it's very close for 2 and 3, and then Philly's probably hanging out at 5 right now, but they could storm back up those rankings too. So
who do you have at 4? Miami,
but yeah, I'm not worried about Miami at all.
Yeah, they're that team that you don't
could say that now and then it could backfire on me, but I don't think they're gonna make any noise.
All right, you want to dive into this card tonight?
Yeah, we could dive in. I was gonna say we could touch on awards real quick, but
go ahead. Let's do awards.
I was just going to say MVP, not touching Jokic at -120. We talked up SGA all year at 10-1, and as his odds dropped, he's down to 2-1. I'd still maybe bet that. The one we talked about before the show that I would bet, though, is Luka 7-1. I think that's still a good bet. What do we say he's averaging? 35, 9, and 10. If they become a top 4 seed in the West, it's going to be tough not to give it to them. So 7-1, I'd love to have that ticket in my pocket.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. I like Luka a lot. We talked about some long shots, but, with the statistical inflation, these, 25, 7, and 8 isn't as impressive as it used to be, right, Tyler?
Nope. It doesn't matter how good of a shooting percentage you have either.
Yeah, and there's there's too many voters that are my age that aren't using the advanced stats.
Yep.
So, all right. Any other awards or futures you like?
I mean, just most improved. It looked like Maxey was a lock all year, but now these odds, he's down to -200. Kobe White's +400. Kuminga and Sengun are 10-1, and Jalen Williams 15-1. Next closest, Scotty Barnes 75-1. I don't mind Kuminga still at 10-1 and Jalen Williams at 15-1.
I like Jalen Williams. If I only had one of those, I like Jalen Williams more.
Yeah, I like Jalen Williams a bit more. My only worry, though, is do you think OKC wins both awards if SGA wins MVP?
No, but SGP, right? You're getting 15-1, and SGA is only, 50% at best to win the award?
Yeah, so, I don't mind the 15-1, but we talked about those two same guys, him and Kuminga, on this show before, about a month ago. 34-1 and 60-1 on those guys, so holding those tickets in our pockets, nice to have. I'd still take the 15-1, though. Maybe I'd double down on Jalen.
Yeah, I like Jalen the best at the current odds.
Yeah, I don't mind that. What about your boy Sengun? You don't want any of that at 10-1?
Not really, because if it comes down to it, Jalen Williams is going to contribute to a team that's at the top of the standings. And while the Rockets started off well, they seem to be regressing, and the best they can hope for is a play-in, but they're most likely going to be in the lottery. So yeah. I think that might be the tiebreaker there.
Yeah, I agree. Cool. That's pretty much all I got for awards. Rookie of the Year's locked up. Defensive Player of the Year looks like it's locked up.
Wait, no. Check can still catch. Check it's catch Vic.
No.
Yeah.
He's -600.
I'm just saying. Remember, Maxey was -600 too.
Victor better miss some games.
Who's defensive player? Yeah, but they're going to be careful with him.
His French brother is Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, -700 right now. Jared Allen next closest at 10-1. Victor's 25-1. Derek White 35-1 is actually very interesting. That is the Marcus Smart story all over again.
I think it's going to be tough to go away from Rudy for how good the Timberwolves record is.
That is true. If they get the 1 seed, they got to get something.
Even if they're 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Right.
You're probably right. It looks like Sixth Man of the Year. Your guy has now become the favorite, Malik Monk over Tim Hardaway Jr. at +220.
I don't like that.
You like Tim Hardaway?
I think we're going to continue to fall in the standings.
I don't mind. They kind of have the Clippers guys log jammed right here. They have Norm at +750. Excuse me. And Russ at 20-1. I don't mind sprinkling on both of those guys. I think this could be that situation Utah had a few years ago where, what was it? It was Clarkson and Ingles. And they just couldn't. They were like, oh, well, we'll just give it to one of the guys. And the teammates just kind of embraced it. And they're like, it doesn't matter who it goes to. Like, it's coming to Utah anyway. So I could see the Clippers guys ending up as 2 of the favorites there. And you're getting a nice price on Russ at 20-1.
Yeah, I don't hate that as well. We talk about that number 1 seed being important to awards, and the Clippers are alive for that as well. And, Russ is still a guy that is familiar with the voters and has a lot of strong fans, Yeah, I kind of like that Russ look too.
And what's he averaging this year? He's only averaging 12, 5, and 5. So, that's not the best, but Sixth Man of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year, and
yeah, that's kind of rough. He'd have to get his points up.
But yeah, at the same point, I don't think he does, because Norm Powell's averaging 13, 3, and 1. The other big thing, too, is he's going to have this built-in storyline that if he doesn't take the whole bench role, the Clippers aren't where they're at right now. Mm-hmm. So him taking that 6-man role actually helped this team a lot more than people are actually going to ever admit. But that could be another built-in thing that gets him this award.
Yeah, like I said, I don't hate it. He's going to have to up that scoring average up, though. You got to think he's got to get above 15 points a game, which isn't crazy.
I mean, Malik Monk's averaging 15 on the dot, 15, 5, and 3.
That's what I'm saying. He's got to get to have equal stats as Malik. And then the record helps, you know.
Yeah, you're probably right. And Tim Hardaway Jr. is averaging 17, 4, and 2.
He's live too. If we think that Dallas continues to rise in the standings, they're going to be live for these awards, especially with the recency. If they have a great second half, you know.
I think their award to win is MVP. They wanted to pin that award to that guy for years now. This could be the final chance they get, or the first real chance they get.
I was going to say it's not going to be the final. He's going to be in the conversation.
I said that a little wrong. They never really got the chance to give it to him. This could be that chance where it's like, oh, here he is. Finally, let's give it to him.
All right. Well, welcome everybody in who's just joining us. This is the Nuke the House channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Give us that thumbs up. Tyler, let's dive right in. The first game I have on my board, Tyler, is the Brooklyn Nets, who've taken a lot of money, but it's good reason. They're playing the Toronto Raptors, who aren't very good, and they're going to get the new coach bump, Tyler. Let's throw all the projections out the window because I think that, I had the Raptors projected to win by 5, but I think that new coach bump is going to be worth, close to 5 points. A lot of the stuff that I read about why they got rid of Jacques Vaughn, I think this team's going to come out fired up. This is going to be one of the best performances we're going to see from the Nets all year. Of course, it could lose, but I'm riding with the new coach bump. Give me the Nets. There's no way you can bet the Raptors here. The only argument you can make for the Raptors is you're getting a discount because the Nets have taken so much money since this was announced. But I like the Nets. I think the money's right.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the Nets. I mean, Toronto hasn't won a division game all year. They're 0-11 straight up versus a division. So they haven't been able to beat Brooklyn. They haven't been able to beat Philly. They haven't been able to beat Boston, which Philly and Boston's understandable, but you still can't beat this Brooklyn team. Now, Brooklyn's fired their coach. I mean, I heard that he was trying to build a lot of it around Ben Simmons. That was kind of frustrating the players. I don't know how true all that is, but I do think they get the new coach bump. You get a Dennis Schroeder revenge game, too. He left. He was in Toronto earlier this year. Now he plays for Brooklyn. Points props at 10.5 plus money. Love that.
That's good
tonight. I think he gets in close to 15 points. I love the Brooklyn side here, too. I also love the under here, too. Looking at this, 66% of Brooklyn's division games and 55% of Toronto's division games go under. Their last 3 combined for only 224 combined scores, and 2 of their last 10 matchups have gone over as 231. It's a divisional game. They play each other a ton, so they know the matchup. They know a lot of the plays that are coming. But with the new coach bump, maybe that kind of hinders this play a little bit, but I kind of like the under here too. So Brooklyn in the under for me, and give me the Schroeder prop.
Here's my concern with the under. One of the things that I was reading about the frustration around Jacques Vaughn was they weren't playing Cam Thomas. And it was a team that was struggling to create their own shot, and they knew, like, this guy can get better shots than any of us. One of the reasons Vaughn didn't want to play him is because he's like, I'm trying to think, like Jamal Crawford, Lou Williams. Right? Like that prototypical 6-man that can chuck but is the worst defender on the floor. That's just one of my concerns there. The other is that all our things of Toronto are with OG and Pascal, like when we're using those trends.
That is true.
This is a brand new team.
Last matchup? Yeah, their last matchup was November, so yeah.
Yeah. So we both love the Nets, though. Maybe we get there on the under. I'm fine staying away from the – I'm fine. I'm out on the over altogether, so it's under or past there, but we both like Brooklyn.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, next game. I didn't bet, Tyler, but it is tempting. The Orlando Magic are plus 8.5. They're in Cleveland. They're taking on the Cavaliers. Totals up to 218, Tyler.
How'd your board skip the rest of the time slots, bro?
What's that?
How'd your board skip the rest of the time slot? Oh, never mind. I thought there was 2 7:00 games. The rest were 7:30.
No, we have 4 7:00 games.
I thought they had it. The way it was listed for me was different. My apologies. Keep going.
All right. Talk to me about the Magic here and the Cavaliers. The only way I can look at this game is through Orlando, but I haven't got there because I think they I think they just Cavaliers match up too well with them, right?
Yeah, Cavs match up too well. But I got to lean the Cavs side here. I mean, the Cavs are the best defense against points in the paint in the first half of the season, and Orlando scores the fourth most points in the paint. They really don't have three-point shooters either, so they have to get a lot of their points in the paint.
Yeah.
Going amongst those trees is not a recipe for success. But Donovan Mitchell with a Q tag on him kind of makes it a little more interesting. But Paulo also has a Q tag. They both have illnesses. That probably has something to do with All-Star Weekend. I bet you a lot of these guys coming out of there are sick or something. So I can't really touch it until I get that news, but I would lean Cavs here. I think that they just kind of come out. They just limit what they can score in the paint, and from there, the lead just starts to balloon, and eventually it gets up into the 10s to the 15s, maybe into the 20s.
All right. Well, there's one thing that I already bet, and I put it on the sheet already, and that's the over. The market seems to agree because it's moved 3 points since I did that last night. What do you think of my over play? I had it projected at 225.
Yeah, I don't hate it. My biggest worry is the two guys I just said, Donovan Mitchell and Paulo Banchero, both have Q tags on them. Those are both option 1A on both teams. If they both don't play, the offense is going to be ran through Franz Wagner and Darius Garland, which they can.
Okay, so first of all, Darius Garland doesn't worry me at all.
No, not. I'm just saying they could definitely
just for one game, he easily absorbs that.
Yeah, they could definitely still get that total over, but just losing your main two guys in a game where defense is going to run rampant. These are two of the top 5 defensive rated teams through the first half of the season, and they're going to play at a slow pace. They rank 21st and 25th. If you take those two guys off that can create shots for the team on their own, and you just got a bunch of guys standing around now and just one or two guys that can create their shot, it could just be a recipe for like a 105 to 99 game. So that's my only worry there is that both of those guys sit.
Yeah, that could be a concern as well. But I already bet the over. I'm on it. You're welcome to tail if you wish. Tyler does have some concerns, which I completely agree with. Let's talk about the Indiana Pacers, who are laying 11.5 now against the Detroit Pistons. This high was as high as 12. Total here is 246. Tyler, I hate to say it, but it's Pistons or pass, and I'm leaning towards pass. I mean, I don't know. Do I really want to take the Detroit Pistons?
I kind of want to take Indiana here. There was that interview with Halliburton about how he thought he was going to be drafted by Detroit. Then they drafted Killian Hayes over him. Now he gets to play him right after that interview comes out. So I don't mind his props here, maybe like a points plus assists, a PRA, double and win, something like that. They've done well in this matchup. I think this game could be an over game. I know it's a high number, 246, but they're both top 10 in pace. 72% of Detroit and 64% of Indiana's division games go over. Last 5 matchups went over. 6 of the last 7 went over. 2 of the last 3 have went over 250. Detroit's played more of a pace-heavy game since they've gotten Killian Hayes off the floor, putting Jaden Ivey on there. Halliburton's back to normal minutes, so I'm not worried about their side. I don't mind the over here. And if we're worried about Detroit, what about a Pacers team total over?
Yeah. I don't want to get involved in the side. I mean, if you want to play the Pacers, I guess.
If I'm playing the Pacers, maybe I go in, let's see, what is Halliburton 25 plus points and they win 2-1. I don't mind that one. If you want to build out, say,
why is that so low? Because of minute restriction?
What, his 25 points?
I guess 25 is a lot for him. Never mind.
Yeah, his points prop's only 20.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't mind his props in this game. I don't mind some performance doubles through him in this game after the interview about them. So love Indiana in the spot. Love the overs on them. Maybe just a full game over too. What is their team total?
Yeah, I mean, this one could end up at 280.
Oh, for sure.
Right. I mean, this could be one of those ones.
Their team total is 129.5. They've put up, in their last matchup, they had 131. The matchup before that, they had 136. And those are the two matchups that were played this year. The matchup before that, they had 115. Detroit had 122.
All right. Well, Matt Smith, what's up to the guys in the chat? I also see B. Wand and Richie Smalls, but Matt Smith, he says the minutes limit is long gone. I kind of thought that. I just to get 2-1 on 25 plus and win. I mean, doesn't that really just feel like you're getting 2-1 on 25 plus?
It's literally all it is, yeah.
I could see the Pistons covering here. I would be pretty surprised to see them win. All right. There we have it. Let us dive into the last game of the 4 o'clock for me, 7 o'clock for you.
Here's a bet. Here's a bet I can get behind. Team to record 100 points in the first 3 quarters. Indiana plus 105. What do you think about that? Indiana's got to score 100 in 3 quarters. And it's plus 105. What do you think about that? I don't have the exact numbers up of how many times they've done that. I'd have to look into that and see where they've got.
I guess that's kind of cool because on the team total, you don't get the fourth quarter where they just dribble it out if it's a 20-point win.
And just I don't have the third quarter numbers, but in their most recent matchup, they went into
essentially you're betting the pace of a team total of 133.
Yeah. And they went into halftime of their last matchup with 66. So a 34-point third quarter from them isn't out of this realm to get them to 100. Yeah. So I don't mind that.
How much do you get?
Plus 105. Maybe you want a little better odds on that.
Yeah, I think you do.
Yeah. So I don't mind it, but maybe
like I said, 133 is a lot for that team total. Now, to be fair, you're not getting the dribble out of the last minute of the fourth, and but if the Pistons kept it close, they could foul on the fourth. Yeah, I would stay away from that one. I think you need a little more. All right. Next game. I haven't bet this yet, Tyler, but I have only one side I would play. Your New York Knicks. They're in Philadelphia taking on the 76ers. Total 228.5. I haven't pulled the trigger on this one yet, Tyler, but to me, it seems like it's Knicks or pass. The main reason I want this, and you guys can see I'm traveling. I don't have my multi-window set usually up, so I'm just going off my studies I did earlier today. Is Hartenstein going to play? If Hartenstein's going to play, I really like New York.
I think they're all probable. Hartenstein's probable. Dante DiVincenzo's off the injury report. Bogdanovich is probable. And OG Anunoby's still out. Julius Randle's still out.
Yeah.
On the other side, DeAnthony Melton's still out. Kyle Lowry, Tobias Harris, Darius Baisley in. Nicholas Batum questionable. I like the Knicks.
I like them too. Do we like them enough to bet them though, or are we worried?
I'm not all that worried because.
How did we lose this bet? Tyrese Maxey just goes off, and the home court matters.
They shoot very well. The Knicks are more top heavy than we actually think, and missing these guys of OG, like just the cluster injury of OG.
But who's the starting lineup? We got Brunson,
DiVincenzo, Bogdanovich, Hart, they'll probably start Precious. Hold on, let me pull up RotoWire real quick.
Yeah, pull up and see because they're the road team. So even if you don't pay, it'll give you the whole projected minutes.
Where are they?
Guys, this is the Nuke the House YouTube channel. Guys, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Tyler and I do these pregame show, but where it's at is getting involved in those live shows. And even if you're still building the bankroll, I know some of them are on the Patreon, but Keg's still doing a lot live for free for the people. Get subscribed. Take advantage of that. Tyler, did you find it?
Yeah, it's got Brunson, DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Precious, and Hartenstein.
And so that's not that bad. My worry, though, can you pull it up? Do you have the rotation minutes? Who's the bench? Who's the top bench minutes? Are you on RotoWire?
Yeah, I just clicked projected minutes. It says off the bench would be Bogdanovich for 26 minutes, Burks for 19, McBride for 10, Jericho Sims for 10. High 30s for everyone except for Hartenstein.
I actually don't mind that. Actually, now that we think about it, if I can get Bogdanovich and Burks both off the bench, we can absorb the Sixers' depth advantage.
I like it.
Matt Smith says Knicks money line feels too easy. Does it? Doesn't it?
I just think it's a perfect bounce back spot too. I mean, would they lose going into the break? They lost 1, 2, 3. They lost 4 in a row and 5 of the last 6 going into the break. But they were also dealing with injuries. And just
they had no Hartenstein in any of those games, did they?
I think he bounced in for maybe 1 or 2. But just in the month of February, up until the break, they played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. So they had a lot of games leading up into that break. I gotta take the Knicks here. I think it's a perfect bounce back spot. They're rested. They're as rested as they're going to be. We know Tibbs wants a bounce back spot. I think this is it right here.
All right, you want to make it official?
I think we should, yeah.
All right, let's do that. Adding the Knicks. All right, let me pull up the next one. So wait, we already have we have 3 plays on the 4 o'clock slate, Tyler. I knew I was hyped up for today. Let's hope it goes well. And we're going to make it 5 here as I introduce this next one. The Phoenix Suns are in Dallas. They're taking on the Mavericks. Total is 244.5. Right now, I can just bet the money line on Bookmaker. -1 is -110, and the money line is -110. Okay. Did I already bet this? Let me see. Is this already in my deal? Anyways, I really like Dallas here, Tyler. Yeah, I already bet it. I got 2 cents of a discount. Dallas just does so well against Phoenix. I think they match up so well. And think about it, right? If this was a playoff series, which it very well could be, and this was game 1, both teams are rested, Dallas would open at -5.
Oh, for sure.
If they were at home, right? Both teams would be favored between 4 to 6. I think it's going to have a playoff feel. Both teams are rested, and I love the additions that Dallas made for this season. We can argue during an offseason show about whether or not they paid too much or stuff like that, but let's just look. They added 2 excellent contributors. I think PJ Washington, you're going to see how much he can really do as a role player and a glue guy. And Gafford too, because now they don't have.
But
Gafford coming up.
Gaffer was more of an insurance. Like PJ Washington was exactly all that. Like if they were like, we can make 1 trade, I think they would make the PJ trade. Like Gafford's
okay, that's fine, but they made both. And my point is, just like with the Knicks, they like to have 48 minutes of rim protection. That's why they didn't get rid of Hartenstein, even though Mitchell Robinson was playing so well. Dallas went from last year having no rim protection. Who they have? Maxi Kleber and JaVale McGee, who couldn't even get run.
Powell.
Yeah. Now they have Lively to start and Gafford off the bench. I think this makes this defense so much better.
Yeah, for sure. I think they have the depth advantage now. The Suns, I mean, they're always going to be top heavy with the main 2 guys. But Luka's just going to put Nurkic in this pick and roll tonight. I love Dallas in this spot. Depth advantage. They won what they win on the going into the break after the deadline. They won 6 in a row. Actually,
they've won 6 in a row.
They look like they're about to storm up the standings. We talked about taking Luka MVP at 7-1 before the show. I think he just starts off right here with the bang. You could see it on All-Star Weekend. He didn't care for that game. He wanted to be back playing actual basketball. He's worried about trying to get a ring. I love Dallas in this spot. And everyone's going to say, whoa, Phoenix blew them out in their last game. That was a weird scheduled game. Dallas was missing players in that game too. And both teams won on their opponent's floor this year. I think we see it even back out right here. Dallas picks up the win on their home floor. Give me Dallas. Give me Dallas through like a Luka triple-double and win too, because that'll be at a nice price with this being a pick'em game.
And Luka always goes off against Phoenix. This is a real rivalry. What was the last thing I was saying? Oh, just for fun. So we already know we're betting Dallas. We're going to put it on the sheet as soon as we get off. I've already bet it. This is just fun, though, Tyler. Just for one game. We're not talking about for the rest of their careers. But we always do this. Who's better, KD or Luka?
Luka right now.
But I mean, isn't that so close?
It's close.
Like our guy, Coach Goodman, says, I'll let you choose and I'll just take whoever you didn't take.
Yeah, I mean, that's very close. But as of right now, the way they're playing this year, I'd probably lean slightly.
The only advantage I give KD is he's so much better defensively. But
Yeah.
slowly, Luka's not that bad defensively anymore. He's kind of picking it up under Kidd. That's one thing you got to give him credit for. Now we're going to do this one more time, and then we'll get on because I know it's a huge slate. But I just thought this was so fun. Kyrie and Booker. It's another one where I'm like Coach Goodman. I'm like,
I don't think that one's all that hard. I think Kyrie's a very good player, but I'm taking Booker every time.
Really? Okay. I think it's really, really close. But so we're doing that, and my point is illustrating that.
If we're gonna call Booker the number 2 to KD's number 1, Booker's the best number 2 in the entire league. I think he's better than AD. No, AD would be 2.
No, AD might be better than Booker.
I think those are the two. Those are your 2 best number 2s in the league, or AD and Booker.
And then where's Kyrie on the list?
Probably 3.
Who else is there? Where's Paul George on this list?
I would say when he's playing at an elite level, you can argue he's 3 because he does so much more. Like Kyrie's a scorer.
Where's Domantas Sabonis on this list?
Got to be top 6 or 7, right?
I mean, the thing is, his number 1's not nearly as good as the other number 1s, but when we're
he might be the number 1 with the numbers he's been putting up.
Yeah,
seems like the offense runs through him more.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some other. I mean, Dame. If it was old Dame, he would be up there.
It's not old Dame anymore.
Yeah, no Jaylen Brown, no Porzingis. Jamal Murray's got to be up there too. Bam Adebayo. Okay, that was just fun. But my point is, those top 2 are so close, and give me the Dallas bench and the home court advantage all day. This line should be -3, -4.
Yeah, I don't know why it's going in the other direction. I love Dallas in the spot.
Yeah, I do too. All right, let's keep it moving, Tyler. We're both on the Mavericks. Oh man, my bookmaker logged out. Do you want it while I relog back? Actually, I got it right now. Houston Rockets are +7.5 in New Orleans, taking on the Pelicans. Totals 228. I've heard some sharp people talk about Pelicans first half. Tyler, I'll tell you what, my projections were pretty close on this, and I didn't really have a good feel for either of these teams. I was too high on the Rockets early in the year. We made some money, but then we gave it back as they fell off. And the Pelicans, man, I just can't get a handle on them. And if there's anyone I don't want to bet coming off an All-Star break, it's Zion. Like, they had, we have most valuable player. How about most likely to be bloated? I'll take Zion. I don't know what to do with this game. Can you give me some insight?
I'd lean Pelicans or pass. I hate betting Houston on the road. I don't think they're all that good. I think they.
I don't think you can bet Pelicans. I don't think you. I
think they overachieved to start the season, and this falls right into that little category of. I always say I love to bet the Pelicans when they're fully rested. When that team's fully rested and they come out and play a game, they usually pound a team. They're -7 here. I think they either cover this number fairly easily, and it's like, wow, that -7 should have been like a 12 because they won the game by 25, or they lose the game outright. So I lean Pelicans.
Here's what kept me off it. Fred VanVleet's back, and a lot of times when this Rockets down swoon happened and why they're so much lower in my projections is the games without him.
Oh, for sure. But I just don't like them on the road. That's my biggest worry. And I don't want to play against a team that I've seen with rest just pound teams. So I don't know.
If you want to make a hard case for the Pelicans, I'll listen. But other than that, I want to keep moving. Are you fine with that?
Keep moving.
All right. Next game. Another one, man. They're tempting you with this +9 here. And I'm talking about the Chicago Bulls catching 9 at home against the Boston Celtics. Totals 223.5. Tyler, at first glance, you want to take the Bulls. But we talked about this, and I said this was one of the reasons I was traveling today, and I wanted to bet a little more than usual, bet some live money as well as my online money. I think it could be a chalky day. Any other time, right, in the middle of a road trip, I think I could talk myself into the Bulls here. I simply can't right now going against a rested Celtics team who has the highest net rating, highest win margin in the league. I'm fine completely staying off this game. But boy, this is the first one that I think that I like to lay the big points.
Yeah, it'd be layered or pass for me. I think Boston it's a fully rested Boston team. There ain't a single soul out for them. Everyone's got a green tag. Tillman's going to play. Springer's going to play. Their new additions will be there. They name their score. They could beat this team by 50 if they want to.
They could also just sleepwalk through it and win by 7 or 8. And
yeah, but I with a team like that, I'd rather not play the game of let's not wake the sleeping giant. Let's get out of here with a 8-point or a less than 8-point loss. I'd much rather go, I'm going to put my money that they wake up and pound the team. And if I lose with the best team in the league, then I lose. So it's Boston or pass. Maybe a first half look, but I love Boston in the spot.
Yeah, I think I like the first half more than full game, but I'm fine just staying away from this altogether. If you want to make it official, let me know. I guess, I don't know. I don't love Chicago here either. I guess my concern is Chicago's been so much better without Levine in the lineup. I could see them keeping it close. I actually want to bet Chicago some this second half. They're going to be just like that stupid regular season team that overachieves for no reason. All right.
I think they're going to fall down the standings. You think they're going the other way?
Yeah, I do.
I think all these guys thought they were going to they thought they were going to be traded for the last 6 months, and actually longer than that. Half these guys have thought they were going to be traded for the last 2 years. This has got to wear and tear on these guys at some point. I think this is a team that just kind of goes, let's just go through the motions the rest of the year.
Yeah, but it's not like they're stuck in some terrible city. Oh no, I'm stuck in Chicago making millions of years. It's one of the best cities in the world to live in.
But I feel like some of these guys,
I think they're fine.
Win, they've been stuck here. They've been told they're going to get moved, and they haven't been moved. I could see Atlanta getting ahead of them. I could see Brooklyn making a small surge and getting ahead of them.
No. I like both the teams. I like Chicago better than both those teams. All right, but it doesn't matter because we're not betting that game. Let's keep it moving. Tyler, I actually like the Clippers in this next game. They're in Oklahoma City. They're taking on the Thunder. Total's 235.5. But let's go back to my other idea, right? Let's say these teams met and they'd probably meet in the semifinals, right? But let's say they met in the Western Conference semifinals. The Thunder at home court. Game 1, Thunder would be laying 5. Wouldn't you agree? I don't think it would be this close. So as much as I like the way the Clippers match up with this team, and I'm really high on them, I couldn't get there. I think you can even make an argument for the Thunder based on the strength of the home court advantage. What do you think?
Give me the Thunder. Home court advantage, rested team. I know the Clippers are rested and they're really good too, but I think this is SGA playing his old team. He's going to put up a show. Mm-hmm. Ty Lue, when you talk about those game ones, he usually takes some time to fill out a playoff series. Guys like SGA, you really don't fill those guys out in one game. So he's going to come out and do his thing. I think they might have a little bit of a deeper bench. I know the Clippers are one of the deepest teams in the league.
I like the Clippers bench way better.
They're just bigger names. These younger guys can still play. Isaiah Joe off the bench is an absolute sniper. I love OKC here. This SGA 30+ points and they win it plus 170 staring me in the face.
All right. Yeah, I can let you get there with that. I'm fine either way. Here's one you're gonna hate, Tyler. Buzz.
No, we can do this one. I thought you were gonna go with the waving your magic wand and be a wizard.
Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there next. So, Tyler, if there's one thing I know you don't like, it's my musical taste. And you know what my favorite genre is? It's the jazz. So I'm giving you an opportunity to fade my favorite musical genre. Tyler, since the trade deadline, since they made that trade, I think the Hornets have won every game, right?
Yeah.
Jazz have lost 4 in a row. They're not that good, right? Are they that good?
No. Give me the points. Give me all the points.
Yeah. And you're not getting –
I hate
when we like Utah at home, when
point.
you've been in Phoenix or Dallas or Texas, right? And then you got to go up to play Utah in the back-to-back.
What's Trey Mann's rebounds plus assists? 10.5. What's his numbers look like? He's actually done very well.
He's done really well. And Grant Williams, like I know everyone wanted to make fun of him because he didn't fit in with Dallas, but he still is better than whatever Charlotte had before.
Well, now
And
Charlotte.
and we made fun of Charlotte for drafting Brandon Miller over Scoot. As of right now, they right freaking call. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, Scoot stinks.
Brandon Miller's pretty good.
Do you see this kid that's coming out this year? That's Alexander Sarr.
Yeah.
You see how fast he is for 7'1"?
No, I just saw that the top 3 will probably be Euros. It's not the best college basketball class.
He's going to be a problem. But
is he going to be good?
I think so. This 10.5.
They're comparing this to 2020, the Ant Edwards draft, where they're worried about the
I think you'll have like
top and the depth.
I think you'll have like 2 or 3 really good players, but then like it's going to be. It's not going to be
that Ant Edwards draft really had, right?
Because it's not going to be as bad as the Bennett draft.
Oh, that was worst.
Yeah. But back
for
to
all the old school Kings fans watching, what about the Purvis Ellison draft? We finally got the #1 pick in '89, and we got Never Nervous Purvis, who was terrible. But then you look, and the best player in that draft was like Sean Elliott, who was like a role player, small forward. So
all right, now we're back to the 80s, so we're going to dip back into tonight's game. So back to that Trey Man prop I was talking about. 10.5. Some guy named Nervous Purvis. What the fuck is that? But
never nervous. He was never nervous.
Back to the games. Trey Man's rebounds plus assists is 10.5. He's played 3 games for Charlotte. 4 rebounds and 9 assists. That's over. 9 rebounds and 7 assists. That's over. 8 rebounds, 6 assists. That's over. Give me that 10.5 all day in this matchup. And if you want to play the props alone, like by themselves, his rebounds is 4.5. His assists is 5.5.
Great. I'm going to jump in on those, and I've already bet Charlotte at plus 9.5. All right, Tyler, here's – yeah.
Weren't you going to talk about it since it's got an X on it?
Oh, did I bet the over here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like this over. I really don't have a big handicap on it, though. It's just projections and the fact that since the trade deadline, this team's increased their pace. I didn't
know if you had like a take on that or no. That's why I kind of like threw it.
It's a projections-based handicap.
Okay.
So, and I know that my full game projections, but I lowered the weight of the last 5, and I was just using in my head. If you put last 5 in there, it's going to give you 240 or something. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I like the over. Sorry, I don't have a great breakdown.
Sometimes,
it sucks. Like when you write articles, it's like sometimes I just bet a game because of my projections. It's like now I got to find 750 words on why I basically just ran numbers and came to this conclusion. All right, let's argue though. Time to wave my magic wand, Tyler. Call me Gandalf because I'm going to be a wizard tonight. As I'm taking the plus 15 against the Denver Nuggets. Tyler, the Nuggets have not won a game by 15 points or more in their last 17 games. The Wizards are 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 road games. They have not lost by double digits in their last 7 road games, I believe. I'm going on top of my head. I don't have my stuff here. But, I think a lot of people are just going to just see like one team's awesome, one team sucks, and just lay it. I'm on the Wizards, but you're not going to join me, are you?
No. I think this is the worst team in the league.
Are they?
Yeah, I think they are. Could they cover for sure? But
yeah, you're right.
I think Denver just names whatever they want their score to be.
Washington's worse than Detroit.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
I think they just name whatever score they want. If they want to beat them by 20, they beat them by 20. If they want to beat them by 5, they beat them by 5. I'd much rather, instead of taking the points with Washington and being down 20 after the first quarter and going, shit, that might have blew up in my face. Why'd I ever do that? I'd much rather bet Jokic triple-double and win at plus 160 and go, he finished with 15, 9, and 12, and they won by 12.
Yeah.
So that's how I would approach this game.
All right, so we're opposite there. We're not going to put anything on there.
That was literally my breakdown for this game. It says Denver names their score, player performance doubles here through Jokic. That's it.
And don't let spread be stupid because you know that like I see all those points and they're tantalizing, right?
Yeah.
That big point spread is just like
We're getting over 2 touchdowns here.
rack, and I'm just staring at it. All right. Tyler, at the old number, I like the Warriors.
I still like them.
If we would have done this show at the right when these lines opened, we would have been on the Warriors -3.5. At 6, I think it's gone too far. I'm not going to bet it, but if you're like doing a parlay with every game, I would rather have the Lakers than the Warriors here. I don't think losing. I know like they're out LeBron, but I don't know if he's worth 2.5 points at this point.
What do we feel about the total?
I think you go over or you pass.
All right, we're different on that then.
Why you like under?
I just feel like we're gonna have to dump it into AD. The offense is gonna have to run through the post.
Yeah, but they're going to be having Russell running the show with a more ball handling, and he's going to be just as up tempo, maybe even more.
Yeah, what's their last three? Last three combined for 246. Yeah, I'm not touching that. Last game.
Hey,
last game was like the quadruple OT game that went to 145, 144.
That was a crazy game. Tyler, if you want to go to props this game, I like Russell. He's done really well when LeBron's not in there.
I don't mind that. I don't mind.
I mean, obviously Steph, but Steph is already priced up. I think you got a bigger edge on Russell.
That's no fun. What are Kuminga's props? I can get behind some Kuminga, like his points plus rebounds, 24.
Can you do like opposite there? Can you do like Russell overs and Warriors win?
Yeah, just build it out as a same game parlay.
I would do that.
What's just rebound and assist prop? Podzemski's 11.5. I don't mind that. He's been a stat sheet stuffer, and he's going to start now that Clay is coming off the bench. Kudos to him for finally accepting that role.
Bro, that's huge.
Yeah, that's very big. I think the Warriors still win this game. I probably just stay away from it now at this number.
I actually like Clay's quotes about it. I think he invoked Ray Allen.
Yeah. He finally was able to.
That's the attitude I need from you, bro. You're not a star anymore, but you're still a sniper.
Yeah, just buy in.
I mean, and I could see him. I mean, I don't think they'd go that far, but could you? I don't think they would do a game-winning final shot, but a game-winning series shot.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely hit like a clutch shot in the playoffs.
I could see him hitting like some corner three for the Warriors.
And you'll see all the posts on Twitter and everything about how Clay's back, and the next game he'll give up like 25 points on the other end.
He's at the like when Dwayne Wade was old and it just sucked betting against Miami. It felt like it's like you bet on Wade. It felt like had a good game every third game.
Yeah,
he did 2 duds and then he dropped like a 25-9 and just lock people up and get a game-winning steal, and you just couldn't do it every night. All right, cool. But we're not playing this game, right?
No.
I don't want to play the last game either. The Kings are laying 10.5 to the Spurs. Can you pull it up? Because I'm obviously here just sitting here in my nice room. I don't have all the windows open. But, bro, like, do we even know Sabonis is playing? Like, how could you bet a Kings game without knowing that?
He's questionable with an illness. So, yeah, no play on
this. This line says he's playing. But, I mean, can you imagine laying 10.5 and then he's ruled out?
Yeah, that'd be just disastrous. It'd be Spurs or pass for me in this one with that, knowing that knowledge. Like, I just take the chance on taking the points because I think they can keep it close with the points, even if he does play. So I'll just take the points. Maybe just wait, see if he gets rolled out. Maybe you could snipe a money line play on there.
All right, so let's go over all the plays we like. We're going to take Brooklyn, the the Orlando over, the Knicks, the Mavericks, and the Hornets, and the over in the Hornets. Is that everything?
Yeah, because I wanted you like the Clippers. No play in Boston Bulls. No play in Wizards Nuggets. No play in Lakers. No play in Spurs. So yeah, that sounds about right. Like the over in Detroit, but
I think I have those all in there except for the Knicks. All right, I'm betting the Knicks, and then I am done. All right, Tyler, do you want to cook up a little parlay of your player performance doubles and just get them to 21 or something?
Yeah, here, we could do that real quick. Let's see. Let me get back onto the main tab where I can just have them all pulled up at once. Because what we'll do is we'll go.
Magic just got pulled off the board. Maybe Paolo's playing. That'll help you like my over a little more, right?
Yeah, I can get behind that. Do we want to go Luka 35 and they win, or a double-double when they win?
35.
Brunson 30 and the Knicks win? Or no, I want this SGA 30 and they win. If we add Brunson 30 and they win as the third leg, that gives you 27-1.
So read it off one more time.
It'd be Brunson 30 plus in the Knicks win, SGA 30 plus in the Thunder win, Luka 35 plus in Dallas wins, 27-1.
All right, that is it for us. We have not made tomorrow night's show yet because I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know if I'm going to stay up here and watch the games tomorrow night or just drive home right when I wake up. So I'll talk to Tyler about it right now, and we'll see what's going on with tomorrow's show. But, bro, I thank everybody for tuning in and watching. Like, it's always fun when I travel and I'm able to do these shows and get these cool little backgrounds. And I think Matt talked about the difference, right? You got the tube that connects to the living room, and I'm just sitting here on the 9th floor here looking out the window. But hopefully these plays are good. But if that's the case, I might end up staying tomorrow night as well. So we will figure out and announce that. But of course, just make sure you're subscribed and you'll be notified when we go live. And regardless of what I'm going to do, the Keg's going to be on all weekend. I think he's already set up a show schedule, so check him out at the Nuke the House handle, and you can check out the show schedule. Even if you're not a member, you can watch the free shows, make some money, and then join the Patreon. It's just simple. All right, Tyler, anything else for the people before we sign off?
I think that's pretty much it. Just locking the plays, locking that parlay, and let's cash some tickets tonight.
Bro, I love being in this hotel. I seriously I'll go down the elevator, walk right out, and I'll be right at the book, placing these bets to Nuke the House.